Jams.net, cars, DIY, and adventures. And today I am at our YouTube building, Jason and Jack's, where I keep a lot of the cars and projects and do a bit of the work. And this is a garage. It gets dirty, it gets dusty, it gets a bit grimy. And I do have LED lights at the ceiling. But I said, wouldn't it be cool to have down the center of the building some LED strip lights? I installed them at my house. Check that video out outside. And I figured, given this is a bit of a harsher environment, maybe I should put some inside. Follow along as I install these Lumary LED lights and show you all the cool, smart technology that they have built in. I love these lights. Let's get them installed. Let's go. I do want to give Lumary a shout out. They saw my video doing it at my house and they said, hey Jason, it would be pretty cool to give these a go at your building. So they sent me a set. This is a 65-foot run. It is 40 LED lights. It is on a strip. These are white cables and the little light is white. The ceiling here is white, so that should go well. The cool thing about these, they advertise that they have 16 million colors. What I really like is that you can hook this up to your phone and you can control schedules, dusk to dawn, motion, if you have a sensor, holiday colors, and each individual LED you can change the color of, which is super cool. So we're coming upon fall and then winter, and you know it's gonna be getting dark at 4 o'clock. So this building has 1, 2, 3, 4 really big old windows, 100-plus-year-old windows, and it's a very populated road. I was like, it'd be kind of cool to remotely change the colors of them, you know, maybe for Christmas or Halloween or whatever the case is. And I'm also going to install a motion sensor outside, and I would basically say, if somebody gets within a proximity of the building, I could trigger the motion sensor after a set amount of time to cut these strip lights on, so that way people would be like, okay, somebody must be in there. I don't want to do anything. I have a pretty intense Fort Knox security system, but I thought that would be a cool little feature. So let's go ahead and unpackage these, and I'll talk about the install. Not really talk about it. I'll show you as I do the install. Okay, let's get these bad boys unboxed. The RGB outdoor Lumary permanent outdoor light, 16 million colors, a 65-foot strand. You get your user manual in here. Gives you all the information on how to set them up. Lots of configurations in the app it's talking about. You get a controller that you can set them up. Keeping Eve lights 2 to 4 inches away from the wall. So this is kind of some quick start guide of how to do things.
Steve.
We got 2 little boxes in here. Let's try to stay somewhat organized as we do this. So in the small box here, let's see what they give us. We have a controller. We have 3M clips. We have the power cable. And then we have the cable that will actually plug into the outlet. So more than likely it will be like that. This will plug into the outlet. This is a control for a base station. This will plug into the first strand of lights. They give quite a few clips. So this is nice because I believe the back of these will have 3M tape on them, but you can also use these clips to secure them as well. So you get these and you can run a little screw through here. But let's unpackage the actual lights right now. You just get one big old strand of lights, and you can see when I said they are white what I mean. These look a little bit different than the other ones I installed, but generally the same concept. These cables seem a little bit smaller here, and you can 3M tape it. So I will 3M tape it to the wood, but then every once in a while, I'll just drive one of these in. It will go under the cable like that and screw it in just to hold it. Okay, for my install at the building, I generally don't have any cars or anything parked in the middle, obviously. So what I want to do is go ahead and use the middle of the roof as my primary install. So I'm going to basically be going a little bit out right there, all the way down, all the way over to the back. So basically due center of the building, okay? My outlet that I'm going to use, and you can see it's kind of dark over here, so any light's good, is right here. And they give you generally about 20 feet or so to run it. So I'll basically be able to run that cable up and go around and have it hooked back there. And that should give me just enough to go the entire length that I'm intending to go, which is fantastic. And if we take a closer look at these lights, you can add more to it. You can add more strands. This is 2 strands, so I guess 2 32.5-foot strands. This is the actual little LED light. A tip I have, be mindful, when I did these at my house, I painted all of the cables because I didn't want to have that much white against brown. Now here, you know, it's going to blend in a little bit more because it's going to go against something that is white. So let's plug them up real quick and just make sure everything works before we start doing the install up on the ceiling. Okay, it is daylight outside and I got lights on in here. You can see that everything works. So I'm ready to actually begin the install here. This is, again, a 65-foot strand. I'm drawing power just from any outlet, and I'll just have a little extension cord that runs up over here. And I'm going to start them right about 2 feet out from the door there. And then it would just follow that all the way down. That's going to be my my intent. So let me get a few of these mounted. You can see here, this is the, like, one of the controller. You can change different things on it color-wise. A lot more programming in the app. This has a little mount so you can, you know, screw it into the wall. So probably right back there, I'll have it screwed in, or somewhere that I can access it a little bit easier. You get a fair amount of cable here. I would say probably 10 feet. And that's probably 5 feet. So you get about 15 foot, maybe 16 feet. So you have to think about where you're going because you only get about 16 foot to actually get that plugged in. So let's begin doing some of this install real quick. And then I'll show you once I get some hooked up how it looks. Stay tuned. So I'm making pretty good progress here, and I made a slight change. This 3M tape is fantastic, and I don't see any need to use the latches to screw in. I mean, I've 3M taped it and yanked it and yanked it, and it's not coming down. You can see I did about half the strand, so I'm at about the 30-foot mark. And I think it blends in really nice up there. I have my cable prepped there. I just have to finish this run. And this is like legitimate 3M tape, not some knockoff. I mean, the backing comes off very nice, and you get a really good adhesion when you install these. So I'm less concerned than I was initially. And if this is correct, this should put me right to about the end after this light. So that would just give me a straight run all the way through the center. Let's keep going and get these bad boys installed. Okay, they are all installed in the garage. It went exactly to the end, a little bit past, which is okay. It will light up that banner. But you can see the entire run right here, the whole way. Of course, these LED lights on the way, so I had to kind of curve out just a little bit, but that's okay. And then my cable goes this way down. I can reach this on the wall, which is good. And then you have the power cable here. So let's go ahead. I'll run a proper outlet or power cord later. But right now, let's do the first plug-in. Well, I guess it's a second because we tested them. But you can see right there what these bad boys are doing. So it gives a lot more light back here than we had. Okay, so what I want to do is sync to the Lumary app. Step 1, install the Lumary app. So I am Android, so I will go to my Android Play Store and I would download the app. So in Play, search Lumary. This is the Lumary app, 3.2 stars. Say install. I was thinking this might work with my Smart Life app, which is what I use for everything else, but I'm going to use the Lumary app as they advise. Okay, so I have the app installed. I'm going to agree to the terms and conditions, and it's going to make me sign up here to the app. Okay, so I signed up for the app. I entered the verification code. They're going to request service and maintenance, allows to collect data related to product storage, product usage, basic functionality, allows to recommend content. So we're going to go ahead and uncheck both. I don't want them to be able to do that. And then we would say go to app. I will allow it to send me notifications. And the next step, they're saying register, they're saying connect. So you want the lights to be blinking. So I'm going to go ahead and power it down. And then presumably, when they start up, they're supposed to be blinking. There, so that little pulse that I see right now, this is the pairing mode. So then I can go in here and click this. Now it's not doing anything, so let me close the app, go into it, click add device. They're still doing it. Bluetooth, continue while using the app, allow. It's discovering devices. So I'm gonna, yep, it looks like it found it. So I can say add. And then I enter my Wi-Fi information. And it's detecting network status. Select a list, select a connection. I'm gonna select it. Enter my password. I don't know, it didn't take it the first time, I suppose. So it looks like it's being added now. So let's let this go and see if it adds it. So it says added successfully. I will rename it to what I want to call these lights. Building ceiling strip LED lights. Say done. And now they've been added. So this is where you get all of the functionality to change and do things with these lights, and remotely because they're connected to the internet, so I can do this from my house. Okay, so the app is installed. I'm gonna show you a little bit of what you can do with it, and hopefully you can see some of the lights. But ultimately I can go in and I can do basic functionality like on and off, no problem. I can go to DIY and I can just change exactly how I want the lights to look. Summer train. I can go to city lights. There's just a boatload of functionality that you can do. I could just go to this blue color. They also give you just the ability, frankly, to just control a solid color like I'm doing here. That's at 26%. That is at 100%. You can go back and they have really cool scenes that you can do things with. So you can go in here and you can go to festival, which is holidays. So we could say, since Halloween is approaching, the Halloween one. I don't know what that is, but it's like red and blue. Christmas. So there's just a bunch of things. Football. So you get a lot of control, and you can also go in here and you can go to a plan, and you can basically set up timing, when to cut them on, when to cut them off, and that sort of thing. So this gives you a sense, and this is daylight. I'm gonna log into the webcam and get one at night. I'll do some things, but you can see this is a festive mode that I'm using. And I can go to just white lights as well, you know, and just kind of give myself some LED lights here. So let me go into the app and I'll do a bit of that real quick. I'm gonna just go to standard white lights. I'm not gonna do anything special with them. So you can see I've just enabled it. Let me actually flip this to the other side here because it's a little bit darker. You can get a better idea of what they'll look like, more than likely. So that is just showing you the white light, and I just cranked it down to 20%, back up to 100%, or I could just go to like all red or something like that. So you get a lot of control in this app for what you do and what you want to do. So overall, I think these lights are pretty cool. I do like them. I think they're gonna serve a good purpose for what I wanna do up at the building, which is just kind of add some cool functionality and lighting scenes. And when it's pitch black in here, and it is pitch black outside, and I cut these on, you're definitely going to notice them. Easy peasy setup. The 3M tape worked absolutely perfect. So I'm very pleased with these. Thumbs up, Luminary. If you're looking for LED strip lights in a long run and the ability to control each bulb or sync it to music for the holidays or have holiday scenes, you can't go wrong with these. The price is right, easy to install, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with them. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to give Jams.net a subscribe. Cars, DIY, and adventures, and you will see a lot of adventures and DIY projects up here at our building. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.